What's going on? Today we're gonna be checking out this Hyundai Elantra in the same location for another person. You know, when you do good work, you let your work speak for itself. So we're checking out this one. This one apparently has some stalling issues and it clicks when making turns. So the clicking, typically that's like CV axles, but the stalling could possibly be an intermittent crankshaft sensor failure. So I'm gonna see if we could replicate that. This clicking sound right here is in the steering wheel. That's a common issue with Kias and Hyundais. Not yet. And that noise right there, that sound like it is clicking faster than the car is actually rotating. So that could be something timing related. Yeah. It's only under a load too, it makes that noise. Check this out. This is just some diagnosing candy. If you ever want to figure something out, this is the best candy to have. Okay? Alright. So that clicking noise I hear is definitely not CV axles, because it doesn't make the sound only when you're turning. It's mainly like when the engine's under a load. And the clicking sounds faster than what the car is actually rotating. So that kind of points to metal parts that move faster, which would be something in the engine. And the main reasons you can hear those things is because it could be low on oil, or it could just be wearing out. So these engines are definitely known to burn oil. Look at that. Got to stay up on the oil changes. This car has 250,000 miles too. I've never seen a Hyundai Elantra with that many miles. Just look at this dipstick. No oil in it. So I'd probably recommend a definite oil change and possibly changing the spark plugs. That'd be the cheapest solution, and go forward from there. No corrosion on the battery. And check that air filter. It's dirty, but it don't look bad. Might have a little carbon buildup. Looking at the top of that oil cap, definitely could use a carbon cleaning also inside of that intake manifold. With this being, is this a GDI? Direct injection? I don't think so. We can do that, knock that out and go from there with this one. Brakes are fine on all four corners. Tires could be replaced soon, about a 3/32 of an inch on the rear. And about, these look relatively brand new, and they are from 2021. So it's about 7/32 on those. Those are good. Typically you want your tires with the most tread on the rear. That's a 2/32, and that is about a 3/32. So I recommend about 3 tires. Replace 3 tires when you can. This one didn't present an engine light also. So typically, like when a car is stalling, and it doesn't have any kind of check engine lights, main thing you want to check is if the engine's actually rotating via scan tool. And if it is, it may have like some intermittent failure, and you want to check your oil. Really, you want to check your oil first. We'll go from there. So I'm gonna leave this one on the second floor. The next car we're working on having a look at is a Volvo with some lights on. So we're gonna see what that one needs. All right, so we're gonna park that one for now. Recommend some services to get done shortly, and I'm going to check out the Volvo. See if I can see it from here. It's like a Volvo SUV. Right there. All right, this is this the one? Yep. This is a XC60. Let's see what car. See what's going on with this one. It's burning up in here. Pretty nice though. Worked on a handful of Volvos. All right. Temporarily off, and we got an ABS light. We're gonna check that out. We're gonna take this one on a little drive and just listen for stuff. Control arms are fine. Brakes sound fine. This client's from Arkansas, and they're kind of nervous about driving it back. So they'd like to get it checked out beforehand. Typically when an ABS light on, it can be from a wheel speed sensor, or shit, in worst cases the ABS mods are just going bad. But typically they're fail safe, so you're still going to have all your braking capabilities. You just won't be able to control your steering in the event of an emergency braking situation. I got a customer over here too, actually. Been maintaining that Camry for about, I want to say about 5 years now. Shout out to all my teachers. I don't work on too many Volvos, but I do like them. They make really safe cars. Actually, they came out with a patent that pretty much they allowed every other car manufacturer to have access to, and that's called crumple zones. And just pretty much creating cars that disperse the kinetic energy around the passengers and whatnot, just to make driving safe overall. You know, that's Volvo energy right there. Shout out to Volvo. I think they owned by China now. It used to be owned by Ford, and then they were, I want to say it was kind of British back in the day. I could be wrong about that, but all right. It goes way up. I like that. Does this hood not get popped a lot? Oh, that's in there too. That's crazy. So I want to be at the same time. For the ABS, I like to check the wheel speed sensors and anything around each wheel. See if anything is like dangling. Anything might be corroded. That's the wheel speed sensor right there. I'm gonna have a look at that one. And then that one over there. And then both the ones up front. It's condensation that's leaking from the AC. Brakes a little low on the rear, but when I say low, it probably can last until, this is about to be July pretty soon. I want to say probably mid-August. Maybe time to replace. You still got time on them. Fronts. Ooh, now these front pads is another story. Let's see. Yeah, they're a little thin. They still got a little life in them. I'm gonna let them know they about 10%, 10-20% on the fronts. I'll put it on these ramps. We're gonna inspect underneath it. Look at them wires. All right, we're gonna change the spark plugs on these. Pretty simple, 10 millimeters, and it's probably gonna be a 5/8. And if it's not a 5/8, it's more than likely going to be a 14 millimeter. And on the oil pan, it's gonna be a 17 millimeter. I want to see how much oil exactly comes out too. Oof, don't look like a lot. Look like it's almost finished. Yeah, it's crazy. This takes I want to say 4.5 quarts of some 5W20 and a oil filter. It's let me look at it. Mm. 2808. 5W20. When the filters are facing down, I like to fill them up with oil. That way I don't have a dry start. All right, new filter. Now it's time to fill it up. I'm gonna verify exactly how much oil goes in there. I know it's more than 4. These small engines take quite a bit. I feel like only a quart came out also. Atrocious. All right, got the spark plugs replaced on it. Got the engine oil filled up. It was actually 4.2 quarts of fuel. Cleaned this air filter out really good. Look how much dirt was in it. It's hella important to change your air filters because some of that dirt escapes past the filter itself, and it can contaminate your idler air intake sensor, and then some of that dirt gets inside of the actual throttle body, and it just causes a whole bunch of, like, you know, badness pretty much. You gotta think of your car as like it's got to have clean air to breathe too, just like you know, you and your face. All right, let's start it up. Sounds better. Take the sticker off. All right, replacing the front brakes on this. Pretty sure it's a simple procedure. For the most part, all brakes are built pretty much the same mechanically. It may have certain differences as far as like what tools you may need. Oh yes. Let me just back it in next to the 4Runner. All right, I'm gonna put that parking brake on. Yep, perfect. Country girl. All right, not gonna lie, it was definitely some bullshit trying to figure out what size that goes back here. I'm thinking it was like a T or a hex or shit, even some M's, but it happened to be a 9 millimeter hex. Fits right in the back, just like that. So now we can start removing this caliper, taking this brake bracket off. Out of there. This one's already out, actually, I believe. Yep. Got these pads off. Push this piston back. Definitely time for these pads to be replaced. They don't look too bad, like too horrible to where the pistons are, to where the pads are against the rotor, but it was getting there. Look at that. All right, are good. I think it's 20 millimeter on the lug nuts. Caps. 9 millimeter heads. There we go. I can't stress how much I love this tool also. A little bit, just a little dab. Mainly on these right here, because these they're gonna be gliding on this little bit. You break it. These are way easier to put on compared to taking off sometimes. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Back with the caps, pump the brakes. Brought to you by Herbz. Oh. Brought to you by. Pretty eventful day, and not even finished. Got this one finished, did the front brakes, multi-point inspection, topped off all the fluids. This one, oil change, spark plugs, air filter cleaning, and what else did we do? It's in the video. So now I'm about to get these customers back their keys and head to the next appointment. Yeah, this Hyundai is way quieter than before. Hurry up. Damn it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna park hers right here. Alright, we're gonna bring this one back to where it was parked. Oh yes. 2 for 1. Alright. Look at the mirrors, that's nice. It wouldn't have it any other way though. To the next one. All right, now we're rolling to East Dallas. We're gonna be working on an Acura TL. I think it's either 3.5 or 3.7 engine. We're just gonna be doing pretty much a tune-up on it and a multi-point inspection. We'll check the brakes, we'll check the wheels, check the belts. We'll change the spark plugs on them.